Good morning. So I wanted to drop a quick video on intermittent fasting. I think it's an important topic that, you know, there's pluses and minuses. It works for some, should never be done by others, and for various reasons, right? So for men, I think it works really well, especially when you're getting a little bit older, your body's changing, okay? Maybe you're trying to correct some eating habits that are poor. Maybe you tend to side or try to find sugar, okay? Sugary things, sweet things, high carbohydrate things in your day. This can be a good way for you to force yourself to not do that, okay? To do something called delaying, right? So all you're doing really is you're delaying the time between your last meal and then your next meal, okay? So for some people, we're looking at 16 hours of a gap. So you have what's called an 8-hour feeding window. Good to start with probably that protocol, And so for me, I would try to have dinner by 6 o'clock at night. If you stay up later, like maybe you go to bed at midnight, okay, you could push that to 8:30, but you want to make sure you got 3 hours between dinner and sleep, okay? If you're shift working, obviously just adjust that for that, for that scenario. But again, you want 3 hours between your last meal and by the time you go to bed. Just improves quality of sleep, okay? Simple. So let's use an example of 6 o'clock at night. You go to bed at 9, maybe that's your protocol. 7, you go to bed at 10. By all means, you can have it further away from bedtime if you'd like, but just as a standard, protocol. So at 6, we're looking at, you can start at 10, so you break your fast at 10, right, with something kind of healthy. And here, I don't think a person needs to go with like a big meal, like eggs and whatever, toast or eggs and rice, whatever. Could be as simple as a little bowl of oatmeal and some fruit, or it could be even more simple, more healthy, just like a couple of dates, a couple of cucumbers, something really light to get your system moving again. Now, that is more, the light kind of, the really light meal to break your fast is more important if you're doing a 24-hour fast, something longer. But here, intermittently, we're just really shortening our window, okay? So anyways, you have that meal, okay? Maybe you've done a workout before that, right? Boom, you have a meal, flood your body with good nutrition. Go about your day. Focus on hydration, okay? Try to eliminate snacking, all right? Try to eliminate adding those extra calories in that really don't fill you up. They just kind of like curb your desire for more food, right? So a lot of people do heavy calorie type things like nuts and things like that. Well, if you're trying to lose weight, change your body composition, you got to keep the calories low. That's key. So have a meal, hydrate really well. If you're into teas, coffees, things like that, it's helpful because it gives you some process to go through, right? You make the tea, you make the coffee, you drink it, okay? And then you get through your day. If you're active, you've got an active job, physical job, it's good because it keeps you busy, right? So the more static and stasis you are in your day, the more you're going to think about eating because it's a quick way to change your state. So anyhow, give yourself an 8-hour window, function within that window. Your last meal of the day should be more complete, like pretty high in protein, have some carbohydrate, okay? Have some healthy fats, don't go any crazy in any one direction, right? Every once in a while, you're gonna have some cheat meals, things like that, or you do have, or they may higher carb, or maybe just a dump of calories, but keep it high quality. Your body will digest that overnight, okay? So it's good to put some good protein in, again, I'm not gonna tell you what to eat, but protein, little carb, choose healthy carbs. Again, we're looking at rice, we're looking at sweet potatoes, things that you're not going to add a ton of accessories to. Pasta can be okay too, but for a lot of people, it just doesn't vibe with trying to lose weight, right? Because it's just one of those things you can eat, you never really feel that full, okay? So what we want is foods that satiate you, right? And also have like an active process. So that's why proteins and meats are good, because you're chewing, and then some vegetables like broccoli and Brussels sprouts, things like that that take an active engagement to eat, are really good as well. So yeah, hopefully that's a good little intro to intermittent fasting. I'm gonna finish with who I think is really good for, who I think it's probably not the best for. I think women need to keep their calories more constant, especially younger. When you're in your let's say when you're in your 20s to maybe early 40s, it's better to have some calories kind of in you consistently. Just hormonally, it's more effective, right? We don't want to deprive too much, because your bodies are designed to give life, to create life. And so you've got a lot of things going on hormonally that men do not, right? So I recommend that you do eat, maybe you eat multiple small meals throughout the day, just divide up your calories. Again, snacking is okay, but sometimes it's better to think of your macros. So you need some protein, some carbs, some fat. And so don't go too crazy on one direction on a snack, right? All the time. Try to seek some balance to it. Yeah. And the more crazy you get with fasting, like the more we get to like a 4-hour window for somebody who maybe doesn't move a lot in their day. Maybe exercise isn't super high on the priority list, but you want to control that and maybe really reduce your calories. Again, really effective for men. Women in their 50s, getting a little bit older, can slide into this scenario as well. But again, it's passive weight loss, because you're restricting calories and you're just giving yourself just some numbers, some discipline. That's all it is. You're like forcing a discipline, and then you're choosing to behave wisely within that window. So hopefully this helps.